That's okay. Close your eyes, but leave your ears open. You're watching Light Talk with Sam Beeman.
All right, I'm Sam Beeman. You're watching Light Talk. That was a lot of fun with Julius Fletcher. And now I'd like to introduce you to a good friend of mine who is a very funny stand-up comic. Please welcome Clayburn Cox. Hey, Clayburn, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Hey guys, settle down out there. I mean, really. All right, man. I can't believe that you're on the show. I mean, you know, we've done shows together, but you know, not like Light Talk. So,
right.
Man, it's so good to have you in the studio. So, how did you get into comedy, man?
Well, I used to tell a story of the day to my class. I'm a high school teacher by day, a comedian by night, and I would tell a story of the day. It would usually be a funny story, and the kids seemed to enjoy that more than they enjoyed my teaching for the.
Of course, yeah. I want to hear a story.
So, right, you know, no joke. So I watched a TV show called Bananas, and there were some Christian comedians. And I thought, you know what, I think I would like to try that, and so I contacted a guy named Gordon Douglas, and he just kind of mentored me and kind of walked me through, and there's been a persona to come about, and that just one thing led to another, and it's been 2 years now just trying to be a comedian.
And of course this just adds so much fun to the classroom now, you know. I wonder what your students are thinking, you know. I got a stand-up comic for my class.
Well, maybe. I don't think I want to know if it's...
You don't want to know what they
right,
think, yeah.
No.
Well, you know, I mean, even at the event that we had done earlier this summer, you know, with a lot of the students that were out there, man, they were having a great time. They seemed to just love you.
Well, they're good kids. I enjoy them. Hello to all of you who are watching the show. They're fun. They're fun.
Oh, that's good. Now, one of the things I think you know, some of the watchers, some of the viewers out there, boy, talk about correct English. Some of the people out there watching right now are probably going, no, wait a minute, Claiborne seems a little bit different than what I'm used to on stage. You know, what's going on? I mean, what happened?
Okay, so here's the thing, Sam. I'm gonna level with you. I'm an easy person to pick on, and I've got so many cousins. They used to pick on me all the time. The other school teachers used to pick on me a lot, and so persona. I didn't set out looking for this persona, but it just developed. When people would pick on me, I would revert to acting in a bizarre little way, and I would have tics and go and things like that.
So it was a defense mechanism?
It was a defense mechanism. It was my way of coping with all these people messing with me, you know? And they loved it more than they or at least they thought it was funnier than, of course, I am as a real person.
Yeah.
So as a school teacher, to keep the students' attention, I thought, well, I need to utilize this and maximize. And so instead of being Clay Cox, I'm Clayburn Cox. I act like this crazy, weird guy, and the students are mesmerized by that guy more so than they am by me. So he's funnier than I am.
And this is what transpires. This is what you do on stage is part of the stand-up comedy and everything. Because I know that, you know, some of the people that have watched you on stage are like, you know, wow, is he always like that? You know, and then they meet you off stage and you're like, oh, it's a little bit different. So it's kind of like an amplified version of this.
It is a caricature of
yourself.
Of myself. yeah. So I'm not trying to duplicate, you know, another person. So I'm sure there have been influences, you know, who led to this character or whatever. But it's a caricature of who I am when I'm under pressure, and I just am only that guy on stage. So.
Well, you know what? We've actually got some footage of you on stage as this character, so let's go ahead and roll that clip. We'll be back in just a moment.
Light Talk presents Stand Up for Jesus. And now here's your featured comedian, Clayburn Cox.
I like butter on my pancakes. It's not a joke, ma'am. I cannot afford to buy name brand butter. I cannot even afford to buy regular generic butter. I have to buy generic butter. It's called I can't believe I can't afford it, I can't believe it's not butter. I cannot afford to buy name brand hand sanitizer. I have to buy generic hand sanitizer. It's called soapy water. I don't know about germs, but it kills 99.9% of dirt. Our yard is all dirt. We cannot afford grass or sod. My mom taught me that old saying, the grass is always on the other side. You remember those old commercials for Sure deodorant? Raise your hand if you're sure. My mom used to buy me Perhaps deodorant. Her slogan was, perhaps you should keep your arms down. Are you clapping about that? My mom went a shopping spree from a grocery store. They said she had 2 minutes to run around and grab everything she could for free. She went straight for the cash register. I drink Ensure. That's not a joke, man. Maybe you have misconceptions about Ensure and think that it's only for old people. No, I'm here to clear up your preconceptions about Ensure. Preconception number one, if I drink Ensure, everyone will make fun of me. Fact, nope. Only young and middle-aged people will make fun of you. Preconception number two, if I drink Ensure, it will give me wrinkles. Fact, nope. It'll give you gas. Preconception number three, Ensure has a horrible aftertaste. Fact, preconception number four, Ensure tastes like boogers. Fact, how do you know what boogers taste like? Because that man was nodding his head right there. Before I got married, I had to share my bathroom with a college roommate. One time, that boy, when I was gone, he cut out little cartoon muscle arms and he taped them to his toothbrush. He laid my toothbrush out flat, so it looked like his toothbrush had beat up my toothbrush. Well, no, you don't. So when he was gone, I stopped up 2 inches of water in the sink and I put his toothbrush face down in the water. So it looked like my toothbrush had drowned his toothbrush. I'd like to get a hold of your toothbrush right now. Well, he did not appreciate that, so when I was gone, he got some dental floss, and he tied it around the neck of my toothbrush, and he hung my toothbrush. So when he was gone, I got a sharp kitchen utensil and gave it to my toothbrush, and I laid his toothbrush in a pool of ketchup, so it looked like my toothbrush had stabbed his tooth. And so then, whenever I was gone, he got my toothbrush and he stuck it up his nose and did like this right here. Yes, he did. And so then, when I got home, I started to brush my teeth. And this thing's like Ensure. You know. Well, so one of us had to be the bigger man. Not me, I set his toothbrush on fire.
Man, I'm telling you, every time I see this material, and I've worked with Clay a number of shows, and every time it's always I don't know, you're just so much fun, and it's great to just see the audiences how they respond to it. And I don't care how many times I've seen it, I laugh at the same jokes. Especially the toothbrush story, which was the first thing I heard you do in Nashville.
Yeah. And
I was like, man, this guy is awesome. I mean, it was just so much fun. And how did that toothbrush story originate anyways?
That's actually mostly true. There a couple portions of that we've ad-libbed and spiced up just because it's comedy, and there's a little bit of punching up in there. But for the most part, I had an actual roommate right after college, and he I think I started it. In the story, when I tell on stage, I made it so that he's the bad guy. He started it. But in real life, I think I started because I bought. Here's what happened. I remember. Okay, here's how good. Here's the real story.
Okay, here it is.
I don't know if I've ever really told you the real story.
So as many times we've done shows. First time
this is true. You've heard this story a lot, but you've never heard the real. Okay, so here's the thing. He had a ratty tatty namby-pamby toothbrush. That's true. We did share a toothbrush holder, you know. But I bought at Walmart one night. I was cruising. I was a young single guy. I had a fair amount of money, and so I decided to put a fair amount into this nice toothbrush.
Yeah.
And so I got it, and I took it back. It was a nice beefy. It looked like a muscular toothbrush. It was rounded and curved. You know, his was straight.
It's a man's toothbrush,
that's
boy.
Right. It was. It was. So he had his little namby-pamby toothbrush. I put mine in. It was hard to even fit it in the holster because it was so thick.
That's
I see you shaking your head, Sam. I'm right here. So I wrote on a sticky note. I was a school teacher. It was my first year of teaching school ever. This is probably, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago now. I wrote, "My toothbrush is vastly superior to your toothbrush," and I stuck it up on the bathroom mirror. And so he came in, and he was,
where is this coming from?
And so then he did something to mine. Maybe that's when he hung it or something. And the story that I tell on stage is usually the same, but it's different than the true thing. I just wrote a thing to insult his toothbrush. Then he messed with mine, and then on stage I mixed up who did what. And things like that. So.
Oh man, that is awesome. See, I didn't even know that.
I need to shout out to Nathan Robinson. He's there is an actual other toothbrush guy, and so like he's almost borderline. Not famous because I'm not famous, but like when I say, "Hey, this is the toothbrush guy," like, "Oh, you're the guy," because everybody's that guy. So hello, Nathan.
The last time I met up with him, you introduced me. This is my old roommate. He's the toothbrush guy. I was like,
right,
this is the guy?
The guy. There's actually parts of that toothbrush story that I don't do on stage because maybe I'll tell you later. But there's more. Watch out for your.
Watch out. There's going to be more. Well, tell everybody out there how they can get in touch with you, booking, whatever, like, man, this guy, Clayburn, he is so funny. I want to book him. I want him to do the toothbrush story at my church or my event. How can they get a hold of you?
It's pretty easy. You could go to my website, which is www.ClaybornCoxComedy.com, and a lot of people misspell it. It's not Claiborne. It's not. It's not two words. It's my middle name. My real middle name is Clayburn CoxComedy.com, or you could email me at ClaybornCoxComedy@gmail.com. And actually, on the website, this is not a joke. This is serious. If you have questions about eternity, if you would like to know what Christianity is all about, if you have any doubt as to whether you're going to go to heaven, on my website you can go to the About Me section. There's a link there that I didn't make this up. This is a gospel presentation by a well-known preacher, but there's a link there where you can read the plan of salvation and find out what it takes for a person to go to heaven. And so,
well, there you have it. Great, awesome. Clayburn, it is so good to have you in the studio on Light Talk, and that's all that we have. All that we have. What do we have here, anyways? That's all the time that we have in this edition of Light Talk. So take care and God bless.